Kristin's already had 2 wins this year. She's the only person to have a repeat victory. We've had 5 other unique winners in FPO. Everyone's really playing up to par, but we have seen most of the time 2 or 3 people running away with it, and we do see that scenario this weekend.
I think this is the most confident I have seen Holyn look coming into a final round. Sometimes on lead card coverage, we see more bogeys, more unforced errors, but she's really playing golf. She's keeping pace with Kristin Tattar and just playing smart and attacking when she needs to, not necessarily forcing the issue, which is tempting out here at Mill Ridge. Kristin Tattar is the best in the game at balancing risk versus reward. We see her lay up when she needs to, take pars when she needs to. She knows exactly when to attack and how to do it, and is pretty much unstoppable when she sets her mind to a certain shot.
We saw Silva touring a little bit last year. She's got one more event here in the United States before she goes and plays a lot of events in Europe until the World Championships. Ella has only 1 podium this year and also a couple of top 10 finishes. She's always right there in the mix. I think it's great for the FPO field right now for us to have another new winner this year. Why not stack them up? Let's everyone win one. Hello and welcome to the final round of the Music City Open presented by Lone Star Disc. This is the 6th Elite Series stop of the year thus far. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb, and we're the 2 hot geese. And you inspired me. I'm going to win one because you said that.
We all are going to win one.
We all are going to win one.
That's just how it's going to work this year.
Hey, in celebration of Earth Day, we collaborated with Trash Panda to make the first ever custom run of inner cores made in-house on their new machine in Colorado.
Yeah, Jesse and his team are committed to growing disc golf sustainably, and they use 100% recycled plastic to make their discs and other products.
They recently got their own injection molding machine and ran their first ever custom run of inner core putters for us in Jomez Teal. This is a unique color. We also ran some baseline inner cores and premium dunes.
All of the discs have a Go stamp, as you can kind of see here. It's the most sustainable way to stamp a disc because there's no excess waste and it doesn't affect the recyclability of the disc in the future.
We are honored to be a part of Trash Panda's story and love everything Jesse and his team are doing to grow the sport sustainably.
Yeah, and look how pretty this thing is. Go get these while you can at JomezPro.com. We have these in green, we have some blues, we have some purples, we have some whites, some grays. Yep, check them out. And thanks Trash Panda, we love this. We love this partnership. Holyn Handley, 80% of round 2 finding the fairway, 92% of circle 1 putts dropping in, 56% of the time she is at least in circle 2 putting for birdie, and that is enough to be in a tie for the lead.
Yeah, Kristin Tattar also 10 down for the event. 88% circle 1X putting, 85% fairway hits, 61% landing in circle 2. It's crazy. Kristin shot 3, then 7. Holyn 7, then 3. What will they do today?
Ooh, Silva. She's a few strokes back, but still playing some great golf. She battled super hard yesterday. 44% circle 2 in regulation. 70% of the time she's finding the fairway, and 64% of her circle 1X putts going in. We usually see that higher. I hope we will today.
I hope so too. Ella Hansen, no stranger to lead cards, 80% fairway hits, 50% circle 2 in regulation, and 67% circle 1X putting. I bet she wants to bump that up a little bit today. Let's kick it off with hole 1, uphill, par 3, 308 feet. We have only seen a few birdies on this one per day. It's a tricky shot to get all the way there. A flex line is the way to get inside the circle, but you see a lot of just backhand turnovers that finish right, or even forehands to give yourself a long look, but be really safe. Early left is probably the worst mistake, but early right can be brutal too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are once again live on the tee with your 9:55 FPO tee time here at the 2024 Music City Open, presented by Lone Star Disc. First on the tee, make some noise for Kristin Tattar.
If you can't immediately tell, it was pretty chilly this morning and fairly windy out there too.
Yeah, in the 40s. Surprise.
Yeah, it was 90 on Monday when we all got here. Now, yeah, it was like 40, not even 45. Oh, man. Early release from Kristin.
Next to the tee, Let's give it up for Holyn Handley.
Big smile from Holyn. She loves the cold weather.
Big, like, arm swing and flex there, too.
Heck yeah. She's been working hard in the gym.
Is she party Holyn or is she business
I think
Holyn?
party Holland's here, it looks like.
Party-like.
I'm surprised she's not wearing shorts, honestly.
And door immediately opened for Holyn to attack. She put some nice churn on it. It does fade out a little early, but she's way up there. Oh, yeah. Look at those loose arms. Yeah.
Silva, Saarinen.
We're happy to have Silva on Team MVP this year. Still getting to know her bag, but that does not stop her from being on lead card today on Championship Sunday. She did not make as many putts as normal yesterday, but I think it was just, I would guess, a little lead card nerves because usually she is draining them.
Yeah, from distance.
Still learning some disc, though, and we might see some wild shots off the tee. A little early on that one.
And it can be
Rounding out your
really
FPO
rough there.
lead card. Give it up for Ella Hansen.
Ella, 11 strokes back of the leader, likely just eyeing up that third place finish. She's only 3 strokes back of Silva. She's just going forehand. I wonder how aggressive she's trying to be with this shot. Not particularly. Just getting up there.
Maybe a long
Almost,
putt.
yeah, circle 2. It's the safe play. It feels terrible taking a bogey. The front 9 has played easier than the back every day, and most of the shorter holes are on the front.
You can see Kristin not even trying to get to putting range, just chipping out. There's not much to work with on either side of the rough.
Kristin still a bit short for the bogey save, just outside the circle. We'll see if she can knock that down.
Silva also just forced to pitch out. Only one person got to circle 1 in regulation. 13 players got to circle 2 in regulation. We've had some DNFs. There's 37 competitors today.
Ella, let's see if she gives this bad boy a run.
She sure does. A soft bid.
Yeah. Pretty soft.
Very soft.
Holyn with a little knee. Looks like Anheuser's sidearm.
Whoops.
Catches the one tree you can't hit. That was a really intense focus face from Kristin. I think she gets this one.
Nice.
You can't have a face like that and miss, I think.
No. And what a great clutch putt here to save bogey. A double bogey would be a really hard one to start off with.
Yeah. So much focus. Still hurts to start this one off, though, in the red. See if Holyn can get a stroke on Kristin. Oh, yeah.
That's a big one to hit on hole 1.
It is. Look at Party Holyn smile. Probably nice. Kristin doesn't make that many mistakes. So probably like, oh, heck yeah, I didn't even have to do anything crazy to get a stroke on her. That never happens.
2 pars, 2 bogeys. There was only 1 birdie on the day today by Hannah Wynn.
Yeah, I am a little surprised there wasn't more all weekend, but hole 1's got its own kind of challenge. If it was a later hole, more people might birdie it.
Yep, I agree.
Looks like no one under par to start. We're going to see some wind as we get going, and it really is chilly.
Moving on to hole 2, another shorter par 3, 315 feet, but it's downhill. There's out of bounds in the tree line all the way down the right side. You can find it, but it is tough. You'd have to really shank one. The OB line that really matters is the one that wraps around behind the basket, especially on the left side, just deep of the basket. It can come up so fast. We see backhands up the middle gap that we saw the drone fly, and we see forehands going out and around that one tree patch you want to avoid. Holyn has done a great job of navigating this tree patch in the days prior, but she always is flirting with that OB line.
That is too high, and it messes with that tree, but it actually lands in a good spot.
What was the wind today here?
You know,
Swirly?
yeah.
It's always a little swirly out on Mill Ridge. The name is accurate. It's up on a ridge. So
You
it
couldn't
comes
feel
from
it,
everywhere.
like super crazy on this one. It was more the next one, but I'm not going to lie. I didn't write it down today, and I'm not great at remembering.
Ella, a little too much power on it. She'll be deep out of bounds, and I don't even think she's inside the circle. It's going to be a tough par save. Kristin coming in low, really working the ground play like she did yesterday. Fortunately, grabs a tree early, right around circle 2 area.
Silva ended up pretty deep in the right side yesterday, I believe. This looks like kind of a similar mistake, but it drops fine.
You know it's chilly if one of the Finnish players has their gloves out.
That is, yeah, a
good
really
metric.
good metric. How many gloves, how many layers.
Yep.
That's how cold it is.
How many hoods up on Holyn? Nice little approach shot. We saw, I believe, everyone on the card having a putt inside the circle yesterday. There was one from out of bounds. Today, not as many looks for birdie.
I think this one has, or no, this one has played fairly easy, hasn't it?
Sort of. There's yesterday, like we said, it was wow. Yesterday there was
One of the easiest ones, right?
8 birdies.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah, it is on the easier end of things for a hole at Mill Ridge. But today there were no birdies.
Bummer.
Not even, only one person got to circle 1 in regulation. So I think the wind was weird.
I just remembered it was a headwind.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that'll make it way harder.
It made that tunnel really, really hard. I'm going to try so hard to remember. I was not all there today. I don't know where I am now. I'm here with you guys, though, and thanks for having me.
Also, to everyone that came up and said hello today at the course, the Nashville fan base was super awesome. All the spectators that came up and said hello.
Ella gonna card the bogey, everyone else with the par. Let's check in with the chase card. Kat Merch, all in hot pink. Love to see it. She's had all pars so far, which is not bad in the conditions out here today. This hole is pretty long. Kat does get some really good distance off the drive. And then the backhand here, as I've said before, very difficult to get it inside the circle. Long look here for a highlight birdie. Look at all this pink.
Talk about highlight.
Oh my.
Yeah.
She's like a walking highlighter.
I think she did the exact same thing yesterday on this hole. A nice long downhill putt.
Kat Merch walking highlight reel in more ways than one.
Holyn still holding on to that 1-stroke lead right now. Hole 3.
Yeah, it's a par 4, 708 feet. One of the most difficult holes we will play today. It's about 280 feet to this layup zone. Backhand mid-range or sometimes fairway driver or a sidearm is a good way to lay up. Then it's a huge carry into the fairy green, nearly 400 feet. We have seen very few birdies. If you can't tell by my tone, it is not my favorite change. I just liked the technical par 3s that we had before, and it's just not playing very well for the majority of the field. I think the out of bounds first shot needs to be pushed farther, so there's less of a carry, I think, across on the second shot. You really have to push that out of bounds to be able to attack this one for birdie. And these are pretty conservative layups so far. But they have the power to get across without really having to worry about it. Some of the field, you have to push really far just to think about getting across the out of bounds area on your second.
Silva did this really great yesterday with that exact same backhand, slower speed disc shot. Sets up really nicely.
Yeah, it's her envy.
Ella with a nice safe shot as well. She doesn't have to go too aggressive to the OB line because she has that big distance to get to the green.
Yeah, but it's got to be, man, it's got to be like 430 from here. That's a great shot. Ella trying to go huge here. Dang. These are some of the best shots we've seen. We did see Holyn get this day one. Don't believe we got to see any of the birdies yesterday.
I think there may not have been any.
Were there none, or there was maybe one?
Oh, there was one, yes, from Hinna Bloomerus.
Kristin has done this play every day where she's not really attacking on the second. She's just playing for par. Silva definitely across and safe. Just inside circle 2. Kristin with a harp shot. It's not a gimme, but we don't usually see her mess that angle up. She definitely had it too high and now has to make a tester for par. I wouldn't bet against her here, though. Ella with a long look for birdie.
It sits down. Thankfully, this is one of the greens that can get rollaways.
Holyn also a long look uphill here. Not quite enough juice on that one.
She's got to be one of the only players on the weekend that's given her a look every single day.
She's got to be. Kristin trying to save par. Oh. Man, that's the angriest I've ever seen her. Did you see her kick that many?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Rage monster. Gonna take the title from James Conrad.
Silva with a nice clean par.
Holyn with some funky little footing on this teeny tiny putt. Two strokes now. Holyn has over Kristin. Not really the storyline I thought we'd see.
Got 41 feet for Gossage. It's a game of inches. The Portland Open champion, Adam Hannes.
Hole 4, it's 530 feet, a tight gap to hit off the tee pad, and you have to throw a nose-up shot. Being to the left opens up your second shot the best way, but if you're to the right, that's fine as well. You want to avoid that left side too, because that is the only OB except for this one little pond to the right side of the basket if you come in too early and hot. This is a little bit different from years prior because the basket is the MPO basket, so it adds about, 120 feet to the hole.
Yeah, that sounds probably right. Holyn going sidearm here. Super good play to fade away from the OB. Makes it so you kind of have to throw a sidearm on the second, though, to wrap all the way around the corner. It's really difficult to get the backhand turnover there. No problem with that, but just takes a lot of power is all I'm trying to say. In a lot of words. Silva throwing the more typical backhand play. This is going to be very close to that out of bounds, but she stays in.
Ella lining up a sidearm. I really like this place if you've got the distance, but not a lot of players in the field do.
That looks really nice. Swirly S-line DD3. Probably not quite as far as Holyn, we'll see. Kristin did not execute this drive day one, made a great correction yesterday, and that looks fantastic as well with an orbit drive.
Silva so close to this out of bounds line, throwing one of her very powerful standstill shots.
Yeah, if you didn't watch yesterday, you psychopaths, you'll maybe not know that Silva throws probably some of the most powerful standstills in the game and chooses to go standstill where most women would be running up. Oh, nice.
Wow. Kristin's birdied this one every day.
She parred it in day one, but it felt like a birdie. Remember, because it rolled back all the way to the tee pad.
Yes.
It was like 6 feet off the tee. It was crazy.
Ella trying to get that low follow-through power.
Classic low follow-through.
Holyn's like, watch this, I can do it better.
Lower. Oh, yeah.
Great ground play.
Holyn looking at her first birdie of the day. If you would have told me that Holyn would be 2 strokes ahead of Kristin without a single birdie on the scorecard through 4, I'd call you a dirty liar.
Me too, especially because Kristin has been coming in hot on the front 9.
Ella for a long look here. Gonna have to settle for par.
Look at that wind. It was breezy and chilly today. But that doesn't stop Holyn from carding her first birdie of the round.
Oh, yeah. Look at her go. Silva for a par. She's 3 strokes ahead of Ella. I wonder how much she's thinking about, getting the podium finish, and I don't know if she cares. She probably does, but
I think Silva's really good. Like, her intensity at least seems like she's really good at keeping herself in the moment.
That's what it seems like, yeah.
Whoever taught her that early on, good on ya, because she seems like she's really good at moving on to the next shot. We saw her bounce back huge yesterday after taking some big numbers early.
If you could say good on you and finish, because it's probably a Finnish person who taught her.
Yes. Kat Merch with the current hot round at 2 down right now through 6 in the hot pink outfit.
Oh, yeah. Hole 5, uphill par 4, 549 feet. Tee pad move to the right, basket extended. First shot, you want to either line yourself up to this gap, or we've seen several of our powerful FPO ladies get all the way through the gap and then leave a relatively short upshot here. The drone is going to fly through the left gap, most women taking the right gap, which is more of a hyzer line to this pin. Holyn has blasted deep of the basket every day. We'll see if she can make the correction. This is a pretty easy birdie if you get through the gap. I think it is a good change from last year. Ooh, Holyn so low and early. If she manages to birdie from there, I don't know, what will I do? What should I do? I'll just be so surprised, basically. I was going to dare myself to do something, but Kristin through the gap should be an easy birdie. I'm not going to do anything if she birdies it.
Silva a little right She might have dropped down to a good place. We'll see. And if she birdies from there, I will also do nothing except for be surprised.
Okay, great. It's going to be really exciting, folks, in the booth. Right side is better than the left. The gaps are a little bit bigger. You can usually get out easier and save your par. Holyn sending it. Great shot. She's still, it looks like around 100 feet away. That looks pretty dang good.
Coming in a little hot, she will be in a similar position to where Holyn normally is, in the rough deep. She might have a look at a putt from there.
I think so.
Basically, every hole today played more difficult than it has the days prior, and I think that's likely due to the wind and cold, because usually we see people getting better as the weekend goes on, but conditions were definitely worse today. Unexpectedly worse.
Yeah.
Kristin coming in to the right side of that guardian tree perfectly and on the green for a pretty simple birdie.
Okay. Making moves now. Holyn, I think 140, 150 feet away. She manages to stay pretty close this time. This is a good recovery from landing early.
Way deep. A nice effort. There were only 5 birdies today.
Let's see if Silva can get one.
Oh, so close.
That looked so good the whole time. Kristin only about 15 feet here for a birdie and to reel in Holyn. Now a 1-stroke game.
Yeah, this one played much more difficult than it has in days prior, averaging at 1/3 of a stroke over par. Almost tripling how difficult it was from round 1.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Kristin going to be the only one to convert the birdie here.
A quick chase card check-in with the pink meanie herself. Cat Merch, big sidearm down to circle 2. A nice flat look at a putt on a sloped green.
Man, I don't think I can look directly at her. She's too pink. And the putters too? Wow.
And just continuing to hit these huge putts.
To move to 3 down on a day where all of the holes are playing harder, pretty ridiculous.
Yes.
Maybe I should wear pink.
You know how sometimes you can just tell like that Cat Merch there's like no happier version of her?
Yeah.
Because of her outfit?
Yeah.
She has like a few of those outfits. This is definitely one of them.
This is top tier.
She's glowing. Whole, literally.
Emotionally as well.
Yeah. Hole 6, the hot dog hole.
No. Oh,
I'm the first person to call it that. There's a tree. There's a tree clump on the right-hand side. There's a tree patch as you get in towards the end of the hot dog. Out of bounds wraps all the way around the backside, so don't come in too hot. This is a difficult hole because of how narrow the landing zone is with that tree clump. Forehand is the best play here to go away from that out of bounds line on the left, but you do
it's actually a bun line.
Yeah, the bun line. Out of buns.
Yeah, the out of bun line. Oh my God.
But you do have to have good distance, because if you don't, you can find yourself in the ketchup clump.
Oh my gosh. Get out of here. Sorry. I hope that doesn't catch on. The hot dog hole. Holyn with huge backhand distance. That was hard to do. At least when I was out there, it was a what was it? It was right to left taily, so making the backhand very technical and difficult.
Silva with a little more height than you want, but it checks up. Oh my gosh,
Yeah, it
right
does.
before.
Yeah, it does.
Almost finds the bun.
Out of buns.
Big power forehand from Ella Hansen. Out over the bun, but back safe.
Yeah, right in the meat of the fairway, you know?
Yes.
Don't agree with me when I say ridiculous things. Kristin
Ridiculous facts.
in a great spot to attack going around these final trees. Actually, just cutting inside. It works out.
Yeah, we've seen her kind of push that out of bounds line left the other day, so a little bit of a safer play here. Silva, another powerful standstill shot, almost straddling an out of buns line.
Her standstill count has to be at least triple of anyone else.
Yeah. She unfortunately catches that guardian tree before making her way inside the circle. She'll have a long putt on the elevated basket for birdie.
I like the sidearm here. If the wind was anything like it was when I came through, I think it's a really smart play. And there's so much room on this side. You see Ella actually go too deep and wrap around the tree just outside the circle.
She's so strong.
So strong.
Holyn definitely has the strength to get there with the sidearm as well. Her second shot, a lot lower than Ella's.
Kind of same. I don't want to quite call it a mistake, but it pushed a little bit too deep. You can see how big that gap is, and they just pushed a little too far instead of fading in earlier.
Silva not trying anything crazy. Not that she had the option. That low ceiling really guards the right side of the screen.
I think if she had a look, she would run it.
Oh,
She
yeah.
runs some risky putts. And that, I run everything, and there are putts that she does that I'm like, what are you doing? You know?
Kristin also going to lay up and take the par. 9 people got to circle 1 in regulation. Our lead card having a hard time getting there, but Ella and Holyn at least having no ceiling to contend with.
Yeah, and pretty short circle 2 looks. Actually, Holyn might be inside.
Yeah, she might
Yeah.
be.
Ah, catches the one little branch.
That branch just swatted it out of the
Yeah,
sky.
Did. She's not mad, though.
You can't get mad when someone stuffs you.
No.
No. A round of pars. There were 6 birdies today from the rest of the FPO field. Just a few less than we've seen in days prior. Everything playing just a little harder.
Still 1 stroke separating Holyn from Kristin Tattar, hot on her heels.
Silva and Ella not able to catch up, but still putting together their own clean rounds. Henna Blumroos now stepping into the hot round of the day. 2 down. It seems to be what's doing it.
Hole 7 is played as one of the easiest holes and one of the few that plays under par in previous days. I'm curious if it will today. Downhill, par 3, 315 feet. Not very many women are taking this tunnel because of the OB to the right, and even more so that the final tree on the left. If you end up in there, it's hard to even just pitch out and get a putt. The play is definitely the sidearm. There's no OB on the left. You kind of need to either flex something or push wider to the left than you think to get all the way there. You need kind of a skip. The shot that looks perfect out of your hand usually catches that final tree before the green. Wow. Kristin has this shot absolutely dialed. Orbit Rive. Let's see it again. Has she gotten this every day? She got it yesterday. Really perfect shot. Can't draw it up better. Pressure now on Holyn. And she's inside the circle.
Silva not having the forehand, always just taking the safe route on this hole. Not going to go aggressive up the gut, just putting something out wide to the left and taking the 3.
Yeah, she took a lot off from yesterday where she found some trouble. She's just playing it for par. Ella in the middle, or at least just short of that final tree. You can see how dense it is in there. Silva kind of flirts with those last tree branches, but she's nice and close for a par. Ella actually with not a horrible look at it here.
Yeah, she has some room to work, and that is a gift.
Yeah, you can see how a few feet up into that tree, and you'd have nothing. Oh, kind of an important one there.
Yeah, a little bit of a jabby putt from Holyn, but it was so close.
Also surprising. We saw a few of those right side misses from Silva yesterday, but I don't think any were quite that short. Ella able to put her frisbee in the old basket.
This again played as one of only 2 holes that averaged under par today. It was always the same 2 every day and the only 2 every day. Crazy.
Is it crazy?
It's a little crazy.
Just kind of the way the whole course was designed is what it feels like to me.
There were 7 birdies on that one today, slightly less than the days prior, and that's the trend I think we're going to see the rest of the day. A little chilly. Everyone warming up as they go.
Tied back up at the top. Kristin getting 3 out of the last 4 holes.
Our Finnish players, the only ones shooting 2 under par.
They're like, this is cold?
Yes.
No way.
Hole 8, 621 feet. Exact same hole as last year. This hole is awesome. Out of bounds all the way down the right and left-hand side. The right side OB line is the one that comes into play the most, though, as you throw your tee shot and your second shot. The left side one is tucked back in the tree line, so it's a little bit more difficult to find until you get to the green, where it is definitely in play if you come in too fast on this downhill right to left sloping green. Kristin has perfectly navigated those low tree branches on the right side every day with kind of a hyzer flip shot. Today, she's a little more center cut on the gap, even early, but that is fine.
Yeah, it is fine.
We'll see if she's able to attack the green from there.
I think she can get to circle 2 pretty easily. You have to really push the back wall or like the right side pretty hard to get inside the circle. It's difficult.
Holyn connecting with the center of the tree and drops straight down. She's still, I bet you $10 she will still attack.
I'm not going to take the bet. Yeah.
A really nice looking controlled shot from Ella.
Oh, so close. Still not bad, but inches away from a huge shot. She knows it. Silva with a crave here. This looks like a really great... Oh, man, I thought she missed it. It's still good.
I like the idea.
Me too. Holyn looking to go huge.
This is such a risky shot because she is heading straight towards out of bounds. And hoping the trees are friendly, but they are not.
And the tricky part about that little clump over there is the line is pulled off the trees a little bit, so sometimes you're not even left with a clean-looking approach to save your bogey. This is a pretty typical place to land on the second shot. There's usually some routes through there for an easy par, but not often a good chance for a birdie. Ella actually still very far and lined up really nicely even after catching some branches.
And what a good looking shot all the way to the green, about 25 feet from the basket.
And here is when the sun does start to come out. It does warm up a little bit. It was weird though. Warm in the sun, then a cold wind. It's kind of a jacket on, jacket off situation.
Yeah, never could decide. Kristin with a really good looking tee shot. Not too aggressive. She's on the edge of circle 1, but with a look for birdie. Only 6 people got to circle 1 in regulation on hole 8.
Holyn able to do kind of a awkward little step out straddle looking thing. She's just outside the bullseye. Yeah, you can see what I mean over here. There's just so many trees in between you and the basket. Silva even leaving it probably just a touch shorter than you would like. But it's fine.
Kristin, the only look on the card.
Well, Ella's going.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Great birdie.
What a...
To take... Oh, wow. That's a big swing, actually.
It sure is. And what a pretty putt, too. So floaty in the wind.
It's going to be a 2-stroke swing here. Wow.
Yeah, that is huge.
Making moves. 4 down through the last 5 holes.
With a rough start.
Yeah.
And still bouncing back.
Ella for her first birdie of the day. Oh, yeah. That's going to bring her one closer to that 3rd place podium finish. Nice putt from Silva. Man, it's going to be 1 stroke separating our leaders and 1 stroke separating our 3rd and 4th place contenders.
Exciting. Even par isn't a bad score through 8. Holyn's scorecard looking pretty clean when you compare to any other scorecard of the weekend, but she really does have to put the pedal on the metal because this is right when Kristin starts really driving in 5th gear.
Yeah, that is correct.
Let's say that again.
You sure can. You should. Let's wrap it up with hole 9. It's a par 3, 335 feet. There is OB water line. It's actually pulled off the water a bit. And then as it comes up towards the left, it really gets pretty close to the basket. The way to get there is to swing it out to the right, skip off this one magic patch of grass that I swear you just park the hole. It's great. If you throw right at the pin, you're in danger of going OB. That's probably like at least 30 degrees to the right, if not more, of where the pin actually is. And you can see even that is like mildly risky. Good shot from Kristin. Like I wish there was like a huge flag on the pole so you can just see how far to the right everyone is aiming.
It almost looks like a shank.
Yeah.
Or feels...
And then... Even that's like,
oh, man.
What's crazy is that looked like, yeah, it's a Metal Flake MD5 mid-range.
Wow, mid-range getting that big of a skip.
I think it's a crazy stable mid.
This feels
looks
aggressive.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I believe this was it looks like it is a tailwind.
And this is an important one for Holyn to stick the green once Kristin's safe.
Oh, man. Suspense.
A nice slow speed disc, a really smart play from Holyn.
And that's pretty amazing. Usually you see a lot more ground play, but the way she just came down so softly is perfect. Ella to save a par. She's got to be only like 20... Not even 25 feet away. Silva misses on her par save attempt. She knew immediately.
Kristin, the 5th birdie of the last 6 holes.
Wow.
Whew.
Yeah, she's scary once she gets on a roll. Holyn, as Mad was saying, not having, a bad round necessarily, but that is a rough, unforced error.
Yeah, it was really important for her to make her way under par right there. on this one of the easier holes of the day.
And Holyn has been playing the back nine very well, but
It's going to be hard to bounce back mentally in this situation.
to go from 2 strokes up to, oh God, what's math? 3 strokes back? Nope. 2 strokes back is probably not the most comfortable feeling. Oh, it is 3 strokes. Look at me go.
And here is where it's easy to get a little frustrated with yourself. See what Holyn is capable of, though. We've got 9 more holes on Championship Sunday with Kristin just storming the castle.
Oh, and look at Henna, 4 down through 12 now in solo third. She's entered the chat for third place. Kat Merch, too, 1 down in a tie for fourth with Silva. Ella actually moving down to 6th place. So the battle for third is getting heated.
And look at how few people are under par. It was definitely difficult conditions with the cold and the breeze. As we said earlier, let's see if our lead card can continue fighting. We've got 9 more holes to see who is going to take the crown here at the Music City Open. By the crown, I mean the sweet electric guitar.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
So come hang with us. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese, and thank you to the Founders Club.
Honk, honk, honk.